Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Once upon a time, there was a very cunning thief. That thief had very cleverly entered the king's palace with the intention of stealing easily. It was night time, and the sound of talking was coming from the king's room. The king was saying to his wife, "I will marry my daughter to a boy who is a pious worshipper and virtuous. I will not marry my daughter to anyone else." The thief was standing outside the room, listening to all this conversation between the king and his wife. The idea came to the mind of the thief, "Why don't I pretend to be like this so that the king will marry his daughter to me? In this way, his life will be set. I will have a lot of money and wealth, honor and servants, etc. I will have everything." Greed arose in the mind of the thief, and he came home and he gave up stealing and began to think of working on his plan. After much thought, he came up with a plan. There is a mosque near the king's palace. Going to it, wearing the clothes of a scholar and engaging in worship day and night there, if I sit down, the news will reach the king. A man so pious and worshipper, he who is engaged in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala day and night, so maybe I will be chosen in the eyes of the king, and the king's daughter will be married to me. This was the foul and despicable purpose of this thief, for which he intended. Now the thief, according to his opinion, dressed as a scholar and sat down in the mosque in front of the king's palace. And he became busy reciting the Holy Quran and the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in good prayers. Many days passed. People started talking about this elderly thief, and his fame grew among the people. "Friends, this man is a thief. You and we know it, but people did not know." People were thinking that some special servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have come here. Now people started coming and going to him. Even the news reached the king that a special servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had come to the front mosque, who worshipped day and night, and people hear from him the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and guidance. The king began to think and worry according to his intention that what he thought about the princess would be good. He should be chosen for his daughter. The next day, the king sent his minister about this matter. The minister goes to the thief in the mosque with the king's message, who has been pretending to be good for a long time. The minister said to the thief, "I have come to you with a special message from the king." This thief asked, "What is the message?" The minister said that the king had decided this several months ago. He will marry his daughter to such a person who is very virtuous and worshipful. Our king was looking for such a man. Now the eyes of the king's choice are fixed on you. Therefore, the king has sent me to speak to you in this regard. Tell me if you are ready for it." This thief, who had come and sat here in this mosque for the same purpose, that day had come, and that thief kept listening to the minister's words. Suddenly tears started flowing from the thief's eyes. Seeing this, the minister asked the thief, "Why are you crying? What has happened?" The thief, who had actually become a good believer, he flatly refused the minister. The minister asked, "Why you don't accept this?" Now this good man told his whole story to this minister, and told how I had come to the king's house with the intention of stealing, and then I heard the king's and his wife's conversation that they will marry their daughter to a virtuous person, and I decided to act like a virtuous and pious person in front of them. But when I went to the mosque and passed my whole days and night in prayers, my heart became out of greed. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has adopted me now, and I don't need anyone except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Thanks for watching the video. Comment below if you like it, like the video, and share your friends and family.